Tim Brown, welcome back to my Humble Podcast, the podcast that makes a personal connection to everything Apple. As you know, I love video applications, and they get better and better all the time. There's one that's out right now that's made by Flambe Studios, who make a ton of really nice applications. All you have to do is look for Flambe Studios in the iTunes App Store, and you will see some pretty nice apps, including video, where you can embed videos inside of videos. The one I want to feature today is called StackMotion, and it's one of the most successful applications that I've come across that really knows how to integrate green screen technology into video editing. So let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and open StackMotion here. Okay, so I have StackMotion opened up on my iPhone 5S. And I'm just going to walk through the different options that you have. In the top left here, you see you have Panorama, and then the menu moves over, and then you have three options: Photo, Panorama, and Slideshow. These are three different ways in which you can use photos to create green screen overlays. So basically what a green screen does is it takes out the background of a photo that you're going to add on top of an existing photo. So let's just start with a straightforward photo. You're going to start by clicking on the menu button on the bottom. You're going to see that you have four options: photo for the back, photo for the front, text, and music. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually click on where it says back. I then have a blank screen, and I'm going to click new. And that's going to prompt me to import a photo from my camera roll. So that's what I'm going to do. In this case, I'm just going to import this photo of the Grand Canyon that I took a few years ago when I went there. Okay, I like that. I'm going to click done. And then I'm going to click the menu button again in the same place where I just clicked done. And I'm now going to click on front. And then in the top right corner, I'm going to click new. So every time you bring in a new photo, click new in the top right corner. Go back to your camera roll again. I'm going to find this picture of myself here. And you see at the bottom, you're instructed to draw around the figure that you want to pull out from the photo. So that's what I'm going to do. Take my finger and just draw an outline around the areas that I want to mask out. And you see the app does a pretty good job of pretty much taking everything out of the background. The only thing it hasn't done is there's a little area on the right-hand side that I have to get rid of. So I'm going to select the erase tool, and I'm going to pinch in and get rid of this additional area. Pretty simple. That took a second. Now I'm going to go ahead and click done. And now I just created a photo of myself with the Grand Canyon in the background using StackMotion. Now that's the simplest way to use StackMotion. But guess what? There are a lot more options. So next I'm going to go ahead and now use the panorama function. And what's different than having a static background image is that with the panorama, it actually gets exported as a video file that allows the background to sort of pan across to encompass the entire panorama. So it's pretty cool. So let's take a look. So I'm going to go ahead now and instead of using photo, just select panorama. And I'm going to select the menu at the bottom, just like before. I'm going to select back to start out with. And I'm going to click new in the top right corner. You get used to the process after a while. And I'm going to find a panorama. I've actually taken quite a few of them because I went on a trip to Chattanooga recently and I just went berserk with the panoramas. And you'll notice that you can make adjustments to the panorama. Like if you tap on the left-hand side, it will automatically adjust the photo so that it starts from the left. And then when I tap on the right-hand side, it then shows you what it's going to look like on the right. And the video is just going to pan from left to right. And it's that simple. So I'm just going to click done because that's all I need to do. So once again, I'm going to click menu. And this time I'm going to click the front. And I'm going to click new in the top right corner. And I'm going to bring in another photo of myself. I'm just going to bring in that same photo that I used before. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm prompted to draw an outline around the figure. So let's go ahead and do that. And this time it masked out the whole area. So I actually did a good job at drawing around the figure this time. Looks pretty good. Click done. And now I have myself right there in the center. Actually, I can make adjustments. I'm going to go to menu and I'm going to go to front again. And I'm going to select layout in the bottom left. That's going to give me some flexibility, enable me to move the photo around. So I'm just going to move myself over to the left just a bit. Okay, now I'm done. Now let's go ahead and play it back. So we'll see how it looked with the panorama panning from left to right in the background. Isn't that cool? Really love that. It's almost kind of magical in a way. Cool. It'll just loop continuously, but it's really nice with the panorama in the background. What's even nicer is the ability to create slideshows with StackMotion. Let's take a look. Okay, so now with slideshows selected, I'm going to go ahead and select menu, and I'm going to select the back once again. And you see along the bottom, you now have like a little timeline where little tiles of photos are going to appear. So let's select new, go to our library once again. And this time I'm actually going to go ahead and choose a library that I set up already called Aquarium, because I took a bunch of photos at the aquarium recently. And I'm just going to bring in a bunch of these photos from the aquarium. And just select import photos at the bottom. And you'll see that those photos are now added to my little timeline along the bottom. Okay, I'm going to click done and then click menu again so I can bring in a photo for the front. So tap on the front and select new once again in the top right corner. And I'm going to select that photo of myself once again. And I'm going to try and do another outline. Here we go. Oh, I did another good job. Pretty good. Kind of cropped myself along the bottom, but that's okay. I'm going to use the layout tool and just bring myself down a little bit so it fits within the frame. Pretty good. Okay, I'm done. Now let's go ahead and play it back with a slideshow of images playing behind rather than a panorama panning from left to right. So let's take a look. As you can see, the images are just changing out as they progress. Pretty cool. Okay, and finally, we're going to try it one more time. This time we're going to try it with video in the background. And with video in the background, I'm actually going to take advantage of some of the other features that are built into this wonderful app. So let's take a look. So with video selected, I'm going to select the menu along the bottom and just proceed with the normal routine of selecting the back image, select new, and I'm going to go to my camera roll. And your camera roll should point you to videos only, since we're only looking for videos in the background. So I have quite a few of them here that I took. I'm going to try and find one of a video that I took at a Native American festival recently. I'm just going to add that in the background. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and click done. Then click menu once again. And this time I'm going to click front because I want to bring in an image to go on top of my Native American festival. Click new, go to camera roll. I'm going to select that same image of myself again. And let's try the outline one more time. So I'm going to go around my body, and this time I'm going to cut across the bottom. Try to keep it as square as possible. Did a really good job. I like it. Great. I'm going to select the layout tool, which will enable me to move it around a little bit so that it's flush along the bottom, like so. Click done. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and play this back to see how it looks with live video playing behind me. Yes, pretty awesome, isn't it? Okay, so that's what it looks like with video in the background. Now I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of some of the other features. So let's select the menu, and you see you also have the option to add text, which is really nice. So with the text box already selected, I'm going to double tap on it and just go ahead and tap in Dance Festival. Just keep it short and sweet. And I'm going to put that in the bottom left-hand corner. Click done. And I'm going to click menu once again. And now I'm going to go over to the far right. And here you have the option to add music. So I'm going to go ahead and click new. And I'm going to go to some albums. I know I set up an album of jingles. The app does not come with songs of its own. You have to actually import the songs from your own library. So you want to make sure you have songs that are royalty free. So you don't have to worry about any problems on the internet when you're playing them. So I tend to set up albums ahead of time so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to see if I can find an album that I set up called Jingles, which are basically a bunch of soundtracks that I took from GarageBand. And I'm going to go ahead and just add one of those soundtracks to my project, like so. And click done. And now with the video in the background, my photo in the foreground, text along the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and play this back with the music and see what it sounds like. Pretty nice. This is one of the best applications I've ever used that uses green screen technology in such a seamless and effortless way. And it gives you a lot of different options. Your video doesn't always have to be square. You can choose a variety of aspect ratios from 1:1 aspect ratio, 3:4 to 16:9. And this app, again, is by Flambe Studios. They make some great applications, including pick, play, post, as well as video and video, and this one as well. So check them out. This is StackMotion, and I believe it's $1.99 in the App Store, but don't quote me. I know it's pretty affordable though. And as you can see, there's just so much you can do. My name is Tim Brown. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Bible Podcast. Check me out next time.